Hello, everyone. Welcome to day 27 of our 21-day session this year, second 21-day session of this year, calling Going Deeper. My name is Beenu, and I'm from Los Angeles. And it's been pleasure to be with all of you and meditate. So I've been practicing Sahaja Yoga meditation since 7 years, but each these sessions are very informative, and sometime I learn, sometime I get reminder of Sahaja Yoga techniques. So it's been pleasure to be with all of you. All right, so to start our session, if you haven't ready with the foot soak, you can just get ready with the foot soak bowl, water, and you can have salt and towel. So still there's time if you want to bring that. And if you're new or continuing and you want to know about the previous sessions, please watch the recordings. We are going to share the link in the chat. And please try to go to local in-person programs and also attend the online programs. On Tuesday, we have learned about Muladhara Chakra, the first energy center. It is about the power of childlike innocence. And today we are going to learn about Swadhishthana Chakra, which is pure inspiration. So tonight we are going to have two presenters, and we are going to have Shri Mataji's talk, the founder of Sahaja Yoga. And also we will have some live music and guided meditation. And after that, we will have a question and answer session at the end. With said that, just a reminder, Sahaja Yoga is always free. And I would like to introduce our presenters on the screen. Hello, welcome.
Hello, good evening.
Hi. Hi, Roland.
Hi.
How are you?
Hello. Yeah, hi. Good evening.
All right.
My name is Sia. I come from Austria. We both come from Austria. Roland is my brother. He's here for a visit. And I live in Austin, Texas. I've been on the program before. I do music here and there, support the music, and meditate since the 90s. Grew 3 children with this meditation technique.
So I'm the older brother, living still in Europe, Austria. So from Austria to Austin, it's easy to remember. Came over for the Christmas season with our 3 kids, and I also meditate since 1990 or so, so quite a while. And I still enjoy it.
He brought me to Sahaja Yoga, actually.
Yeah.
Nice.
Never wanted to stop, actually. Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Thank you for joining. And we have Phil with us. Phil, do you want to tell us about yourself?
Hi, I'm Phil. I've been meditating since about 1985, and I came to Sahaja Yoga because I was a creative person, a filmmaker, artist, a video game maker, and I realized at a certain point that my own innate creativity wasn't enough and I needed more. And luckily, I found Sahaja Yoga, and it's been an amazing tool to help develop my creativity professionally. I'm currently a professor teaching creativity, so this is really close to my heart. I can't wait to share it with you all.
Thank you. Thank you for joining. So I'll hand over to you, Phil, and I'll talk to you all later.
Okay.
So the Swadhishthana Chakra is amazing. It's the second. Let's have the slide so we can kind of look at it, if we can, look at the diagram, if that's convenient. It's the, as you see in the diagram, it's the second chakra, the yellow one. You have the Muladhara, then the Kundalini, and then the Swadhisthana. And it actually is kind of connected to the next chakra, the Nabi. But tonight we're just going to really talk about the qualities of this. On your hand, as you know, you can feel vibrations on your fingers, and the thumb is where you feel the vibrations. Of course, your left Swadhisthana you'd feel on your left thumb, and your right Swadhisthana, you'd feel on your right thumb. And then if you felt both of them, you could work on them together. So we're going to do a little bit of clearing tonight using foot soak. Foot soak is particularly useful for clearing the Swadhisthana. The qualities are pure knowledge, particularly on the left side, inspiration and creativity in the center, and pure attention on the right. So it's really a creative powerhouse in terms of its ability to provide inspiration, to provide energy. It also processes glucose for the brain. So it's a tremendous sort of powerhouse chakra that's wonderful. And unfortunately, sometimes we can overdo it. If you like, you can take the slide down now. By thinking too much, getting excited about things and getting too active, we can kind of exhaust that center. And that keeps us from going silent and really accessing the true qualities of it. So again, tonight we're going to try to do some clearing and dig a little bit deeper into feeling the source of inspiration, the source of creativity, and get to know it better, get to know this part of our subtle system a little bit better. So now let's just relax and start to meditate. Our only job tonight is to let our thoughts go and let our attention is different from our thoughts. Our attention is being completely in the present moment, being completely aware, but not reacting, not projecting. So let's just relax. Take a deep breath and relax. And we can just ask our Mother Kundalini energy. Humbly, we can ask, please let me meditate. Please let me go into meditation. And please help me to clear the Swadhisthana Chakra. This is our energy within us that we need to respect and honor the power of. Now let's raise our Kundalini energy. If you're doing it for the first time, we basically put our left hand in front of our pelvis and our right hand around it, and we rise this up in front of our centers. You can close your eyes, and as you do it, you can actually feel your hand passing by these centers, going up to the top of the head. Then gently pause and tie it in a knot. We do this for each one of the energy centers within us. Deep breath, relax. We're bringing this up again. It's our physical body interacting with our subtle body. We tie it in 2 knots for the second channel. As you bring your hand up and down, you can feel it actually inside of your body. Now a third time. And tie it in 3 knots. Bring our hands down. Deep breath, hold and release. We just want this peace to expand within us. Now we're going to take a bandhan of protection. We put our right hand to our left, and we bring it over our head like a rainbow, and back again. We do this 7 times, once for each one of the energy centers. And just put our hands on our lap or the side of your chair. Take a deep breath and relax. This raising the Kundalini and bandhan is very powerful. You can do it when you start to meditate. You can do it anytime during the day in which you feel like your energy is being drawn down. Or perhaps you're becoming distracted or losing touch with your creative core. Sahaja Yoga is very practical. It's very hands-on. It's very experiential. That's what drew it to me. Now, those of you who have the foot soak ready, let's lean over and give it a circular motion clockwise with your hand. We're basically going to use our energy to vibrate the water. Then whenever you're ready, you can put your feet into the foot soak water, and we're going to leave them there for a while. And we really just want to let this be a relaxing, clearing experience. We'll put our left hand out and our right hand, drop it down toward Mother Earth. We're going to work on clearing our left channel, our emotional side. And this aspect of the Swadhishthana will be our center of pure knowledge. So we can just ask here, Mother Kundalini, please let me release any heaviness, any lethargy, any frustration or sadness I might feel from my left side, which keeps me from feeling joy, from feeling inspiration, from feeling pure knowledge. Anything from my past, any reactions I may have, or any knowledge that I may have collected that's not useful. Please let me release these things. They're not part of me. They're just simply things that have become attached to me. Please let them flow into Mother Earth. You can do this clearing at home when you meditate, anytime you have time, morning or evening, whenever. Sometimes things from our past may be lodged in our subconscious that affect us, conditioning that we may have had, training we may have had that's not enlightened, that forms patterns of behavior that we find ourselves doing and not really knowing why. Now we can check our vibrations on our hands and go, is this true? Is this true knowledge? And if it's not, we simply want to release it. Now let's clear out our right side. We put our right hand out to receive vibrations and our left hand up to the ether. And again, here we just ask Mother Kundalini, please take away any overactivity, any planning, any projection, any anticipation, any overload from all the media that we consume. Please let this flow out of my hand like smoke out of a chimney. To make room for the silence of pure attention. I release any worries about the future. The past has happened. The future has not. We're only in the present. Now let's lower our left hand. Just relax. Feel the balance now inside of us. We're not drawn to the past, and we're not projecting into the future. We're just being in this present moment. We want to expand this present moment. Feel the silence expand within you. Now we bring our attention to clearing the Swadhishthana Chakra. We take our right hand and put it on the lower part, the left-hand side of our abdomen, right where the trunk of the body starts to join in to the legs. We can press against that. Here we can just ask, Mother Kundalini, please grant me pure knowledge. Please grant me the pure knowledge. And please grant me the sensitivity to be able to feel when knowledge is pure. And if I've mistakenly absorbed any knowledge that's not positive, please help me to release that and not be attached to it. Let's just sit in a moment and meditate on the quality of pure knowledge, like a clear, pure stream, nourishing intellect, creative power of inspiration. Deep, deep breath, hold and release, completely relaxed. Now let's take our right hand, our left hand, and put it on our right Swadhisthana. Again, lower right corner, like the lower part of the liver. And press against that. And here we ask, Mother Kundalini, please grant me pure attention, free from thought, free from reactions, free from expectations, an awareness of purely in the present. sensitive to beauty, inspiration, creativity, a higher level of awareness. Please establish this state of awareness, of attention. Please let me understand the difference between attention and thought. And please help me to surrender this, to surrender my actions, my goals, to the higher power of the mothering Kundalini energy. Again, let's just meditate for a few minutes on that pure attention, pure being. This is a state of thoughtless awareness we need to get to be in true meditation. Now we can take our right hand and in a clockwise motion in front of this area just above our sacrum bone. We can give vibrations to this area. We can do this as a healing and balancing to any of our chakras at any time. But now we want to give vibrations to the central Swadhistana. This is where the union of the pure knowledge and the pure attention manifest as inspiration and pure creativity, as we've seen it manifest in the arts, in painting, in music, and in creative thought, in the evolution of human mind, spiritual evolution. We can ask Mother Kundalini, please establish and release inspiration and creativity within my Swadhisthana. Relax and feel this energy. Being nurtured and manifested within you. Now let's relax for a moment. Now you can take your feet out of the foot soak and just set it aside. We can take care of it later. Let's just relax. Let's keep ourselves in a state of meditation. And we're going to have a video from Shri Mataji to help take us deeper. So just rinse and dry your feet. Put your foot soak bucket aside. Sit comfortably.
when you come for a program, there are many others who are already feeling vibrations and you don't feel it. It's like you see they have a property and you don't have, sort of a thing. So your mind which has worked through competition, mind which has worked through realizing that somebody has something I don't have, haves and have nots. That mind starts putting fear into your head. Oh God, will you have it or not? Will I get it? Or even if I get it, will I lose it? And that fear I see on the faces of many new people. Give up that fear. You are all going to get your realization. Give up that fear. You have not entered into any competition here. Just to relax. Just relax. Then the more you want to do about Sahaja Yoga, again you are tense. I have to meditate early in the morning, I have to get up tomorrow early in the morning. You see, you go on questioning yourself, whole night you won't sleep. And when you are meditating, you are dozing. Relax. God is looking after you, believe. He is going to give you realization and He is going to look after you and He is going to wake you up in the morning too. But relax. The first idea that I can do it is wrong. He has to. It's not working out because you think you can do it. If you can come to this conclusion that I cannot do it, it is His mercy, His graciousness has to come. But after realization, you have to do something in the sense, you have to desire. But when I say you have to desire it, again you will say, all right, now I am going to sit down here and nail myself to this place and I am going to sit down and desire. This desire is a dead desire. You see, just pushed onto your head that, oh, I must desire, mother has told I must desire. You have to be hungry. You don't say that I have to desire that I have to be hungry, do you? The hunger is from within, which is there, no doubt, but is clouded. The hunger is clouded because you have fear. If you put a goat before a tiger and give him to eat, he will reduce with that eating whatever it is. Because it has that fear that there is a tiger which is going to eat you. So first kill all the imaginary tigers around. Again we come back to the same. That desire must come from within. And it is there. What is clouded? Relax. It should not be that I am very relaxed. It's childlike. It's simple. A relaxed person is just like a child. So not to get frantic, try to relax. That's all. For everybody. But relaxation never means that you are inactive. On the contrary, the person who is relaxed is extremely active on the exterior, but inside is absolutely silent, absolutely relaxed and at ease. Outside you may feel, as you know now, at this time, tremendous vibrations are flowing. And I can see the flow, tremendous. And all the chakras are doing like this around me. But I see them and they are playing. At the most I may stop talking, but it is flowing. So whether it is for the seeking or for anything else in the world, the first thing is that you must take an attitude of a relaxed witness. If you can do that, then those who are not feeling vibrations will definitely feel. I've seen people on whom I've been working, it wouldn't work out. Of course, they were not rude or even arrogant, but felt very sad that they couldn't get the vibration. So I said, all right, today you go and enjoy the flowers in the garden, enjoy the birds, and talk to the sky and come back to it. It works out. Because you have been always like this. In Sahaja Yoga, you don't have to achieve anything, you become. First you become, and then mentally you understand Sahaja. But those who try to understand Sahaja Yoga mentally first are really in for trouble. If you understand this simple principle that when we become the spirit, we manifest a power which is just the opposite of any other so-called powers. Like you take science, it will analyze. Sahaja Yoga will synthesize. Take philosophy, so-called, it will try to find out the dogmas. Sahaja Yoga will neutralize all barriers of all the religions. Because all these forces are deadly, they deaden. The religion is deadened, God is deadened, everything is deadened by that. While Sahaja Yoga is a living force within you. And that's how it neutralizes all that is destructive, all that is deadly. It's a living force of God. It's a very powerful force. It's very wise. It understands everything. We have heard about it, but we never believed there could be such a force. And the first time we feel that force, we don't want to believe it. How can that be? Because we still don't believe that we can be the source of that force, which is integrating which which is synthesizing completely, which nourishes, which helps you to rise above falsehood to reality.
Let us leave our hands open on our lap. We can close our eyes for a minute or two and just let these beautiful words of Shri Mataji resonate in our system. The Swadhishthana Chakra, on which we can have our attention throughout also the music part, connects us to this true knowledge, to the truth on the left-hand side that we actually carry in us. But on the right-hand side, the expression, on the side of action, it expresses in creativity. And it is an irony, really, because at the end, we are not the doer. We just want to be the instrument. We want to be so clear that the divine plays through us. So we're not really doing anything. But the creativity is connected to our right Swadhisthana. And the creativity has to have inspiration. Ideally, inspiration from above, connected to vibrations, connected to the divine. And there's one composer, many composers, but one in particular who we would like to present to you today, who from our side doesn't require as such improvisation, something I usually do on the program. But he was a master of improvisation, a master of inspiration, who was able to write or improvise on the spot the most complicated, most complex structures of music, like the fugue, on the spot, on the organ, for example, one of the hardest instruments you can imagine, where even the feet play a melody. I mean, the sort of inspiration is a sort of intellect, a sort of genius connected to a composer like this is just unbelievable. It has to be connected to divinity because it's just sheer impossible to create music like that. So I'm talking about Johann Sebastian Bach. And what we play today is a very humble rendition of a bourrée. Again, the moment it was written down, it was stripped of all the decorations that the artists at the time would do, the trills. I'm going to put a couple of trills in there. But what I would like you to do is I would like you to place your left hand on your right Swadhisthana to throw out the music, because Bach is working on our right side, not you, Roland. You will have to play. Everyone else, please put your right hand on the Swadhisthana, and left hand on the right Swadhisthana, and your right hand on your lap, because we want to see if we can feel how this beautiful music that is like a play, a conversation between the violin and the piano works on our right side. So we can keep our eyes shut, just stay in meditation.
Sia, please unmute yourself.
Sorry about that. That was so deep, you missed a lot. So let's keep our hands open and see how we feel compared to before the program. How do I feel inside so we can listen inside? In stillness, like Shri Mataji said, just observing as a witness, fully aware we're not doing anything. This cannot be forced. Do we feel relaxed? How Shri Mataji said, not to worry. So one more time, let's revisit the left Swadhisthana. We can place our hand again on the left Swadhisthana. And just like how we heard in the speech, we want to ask for this desire to connect to the truth, to the true knowledge. Mother Kundalini, please connect me to the true knowledge in me. May it awaken just like a flower opens up. Let it awaken spontaneously so I can benefit and connect. And also, Mother Kundalini, please remove any blockages, any negativities, any obstacles, anything that obscures this energy center, makes it heavy. Mother Kundalini, please cleanse my left Swadhisthana. And then we switch sides. The left hand on the right Swadhisthana. So now my actions may be full of the truth, full of vibrations, pleasing to the divine. So you can say, Mother Kundalini, please cleanse my right Swadhisthana so that my actions may be pleasing to the divine. Please remove any negativities, any blockages. This center has a tendency to get blocked if we are very overactive and if we think a lot and sprint around. So Mother Kundalini, please help me to get peace. We can even raise our hand a little higher and just place it on the liver that is very closely connected to both these centers, the right Nabi and the right Swadhisthana. And it gets hot if I think a lot, if I'm overactive. Mother Kundalini, please cool down my liver. Help me to relax. I'm not doing anything at all. If you feel this liver hot, you can also place an ice pack maybe later on before you sleep. So let's bring our left hand back on the lap and use our right hand and slowly, slowly raise our Kundalini energy. All the way on top of our head and beyond. A few times. And I've got headphones on, but you can place your right hand with stretched fingers on top of your head and massage it with a good pressure and the fingers stretched apart. Massage it slowly clockwise. Clockwise if you were to look from above. And up here we want to keep our attention now and later, all the time, beyond the thoughts, in thoughtless witness state, and pure joy. We can slowly, slowly raise the hand higher and higher and see if we feel a nice cool breeze come out of our head. Let's switch hands and see if we feel it with the left. This is already an indication. If you feel more with the left or more with the right, you will learn in the course how you can balance it out so you feel cool in both hands. Or maybe you can just remember right now what you feel for the next time. Bringing the hands back down, let's stay this very last couple of minutes once again in silence. Right there on top of the head where we had our hand, right there you keep your attention very relaxed. Just how Phil said, the difference between thinking and attention, just looking there as if you were to look and be there. Well, you don't have to think about anything at all. Just be there on this spot. And bring your hand down. Just stay in the silence. And finally, we can put our right hand on our heart and we can thank Mother Kundalini that she cleanses our energy centers, that she gives us protection, pure knowledge, that she drives our actions, and that she gives us peace and relaxation. May we be grateful and humble. And we can end the meditation by raising our Kundalini with the left hand, right hand whirling around, slowly tying a knot. A second time, tying 2 knots. The third time, 3 knots. And with the right over from the left, we give ourselves 7 half circles of protection for each energy center. Let's do it slowly with attention. So I'm handing over to Beenu.
Thank you, Sia and Roland. Beautiful music and beautiful meditation. And now it's time for some announcements. So our next session, we will not have any meditation program for next 2 weeks. So next meditation program will be on January 8th. And it will be on the same Zoom link, same time, 8 p.m. Pacific time. And all programs will be recorded. And so our next session will be on January 8th. And it will be for where is your attention? So we are going to learn more about our attention, the importance of our attention. And then we have a WhatsApp group. If you haven't joined yet, please join our WhatsApp group for spiritual messages and reminders. And also there is a link. You can find all live session links, recorded sessions, handout. Okay, and now it's time for question and answer session. So there are a few ways you can either ask for breakout room help. If you want to meet with one of our Sahaja Yoga teacher one-on-one, you can ask for breakout room help. Or if you have a question, you can write to chat Q&A, or you can directly write it to me. And with that, now it's time to bring our presenters on the screen for question and answer session. Welcome back, Phil, Sia, and Roland. It was very nice meditation.
I hope you can hear us okay. We switched the audio. Everything all right?
It was perfect. It was perfect. And very nice music. And first time I heard that type of music, it was really good. Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, Sia said that this is sheet music, so basically you're not supposed to improvise a lot. But if you get lost, like I get lost various times, because of course there was not enough time to rest.
Yeah.
So I had to improvise to fill in till I found myself again. So we had more improvisation than planned.
It was beautiful. It was lovely. All right, so let's start our question answer session with the question. The first question is, what does pure desire and pure knowledge mean to you? Phil, do you want to answer that?
Sure. When we think of pure desire, I think it's important to understand what the difference between desire and impulse. I may have the impulse to get a bag of Cheetos, and that's my sort of base desire. But we have to really look at what our what our goal is. What is our goal in life? And what are those pure desires? And how do they help us evolve, as opposed to just have temporary satisfaction? As far as pure knowledge goes, I think that's a lot more challenging. I think CMA has some thoughts about that as well. But for me, we're exposed to so much information that you go, oh, that's a good idea. Is that real or not? When it comes down to it, you check the vibrations. Is it cool? Not just does it make sense logically, but does it have depth? You're muted.
You're muted.
Yes. Okay, so now the next question is I can ask to Sia and Roland. So what are some ways that you let go of controlling things? As a human being, we think, we say we are not the doer, but we try to control things. And in our some or the other way, we think that we control as we do things. So what are some way you can let go of things, sort of surrender?
I think that's a permanent challenge. I mean, I've been meditating so long, but we have so many choices. We think we have so many choices, which is sometimes it's consumer choices, but it's choices. So we have that illusion that we are controlling or in charge of things, which of course we are not. And then in the course of time, I have discovered that the more important something is, the easier it is to just let it go, because you understand you can't control it anyway. Because there's so many factors, you wouldn't even know how to choose properly, because you would need to know the future and things you can't know. So you just see what's happening. While I tend to get stuck in the little things where I still have that illusion that I have to choose. So I think that it is far from being perfect, but it has improved a lot during the time during the last decades, I should say. But still, lots of work ahead to really let go. And Shri Mataji has said it so clearly: just relax, just relax, and don't think that you do anything.
Nice. And since you both are artists in music, my next question goes to you again, both of you. How has this pure inspiration manifested in your life, in your creativity?
Oh, a lot. Obviously, with music, the inspiration. I mean, if you improvise, I think that's where. Or if you're even as a writer, I mean, everybody has it. The moment you write an email, you don't even have to be a musician. You write your email and see how does it flow, right? And I think if we are in the center, if we feel fairly centered, and we look at it and say, this sounds really great. There's something flowing. Maybe we can even feel vibrations. But if we are not in the center, then it can come from, if I'm on the right side, it can come across as aggressive. If I'm on the light side, it comes across as maybe a bit depressed. So we can see, others can maybe also feel back. But actually what I find what all these three questions have in common is that we always underestimate the time factor in these things, the experience factor. You cannot like in 1 minute say, okay, now I got the true knowledge, bing, and it's there. It's a try, like Oli said, it's a trial and error. I do it this way, and what's the result? And the result, I feel, is measured in joy, right? Mostly. Do I feel really joyful how this came out? Is this really, beautiful? Is this making me truly joyful? Not maybe happy, does it not please my ego, but is it joyful? So if you think about it, with the pure knowledge, with the pure desire, how it feels at the pure desire, how can I separate a pure desire from any desire? Is it driven by my ego? Is it driven by my conditionings? Or is it actually giving me joy, right? So things like that. And we all of us, because we've done this for a while, we do according to what we kind of maybe know instinctively we should be doing. And if we do it like that, we might feel joyful. If we don't do it like that, because our ego, our desire goes this way, we might not feel joyful. So it's a trial and error all the time, isn't it? And sometimes we're pushing towards the other side. Sometimes we do not want to follow the instincts. We do not want to give up any desire that is pure. We want to just go for it. We want to try it out because we want to understand it deeper, and then we feel the result. And I think that's a big difference, because once we have our realization, we feel it's so much stronger if this is good or bad for us. That's what I feel. And if we become a little bit, we start listening to ourselves a little bit more, to really, how we feel inside, deep inside, then we get all the answers there. And maybe that's an easier way to understand things like pure knowledge. That might be expressions that sound a bit alien, or like, what does that mean, pure knowledge? Just listen, how do I feel with this, right? Does this feel right? Does it make me joyful?
Yeah, so right. I mean, joy is different than happiness, right? When my ego is satisfied, I'm doing something, then I feel happy. Oh, yes, that kind of thing, right? And then things not go my way, what I wanted to do, then I feel like sad. But the joy is different when you have pure attention, pure desire. You feel that joy. Phil, I would like to hear from you. Do you want to elaborate on that? Pure attention and also inspiration.
Well,
Pure.
a lot of performers talk about being in the moment. Whether you're an actor, whether you're a singer, whether you're an artist, whatever it is, you get into this almost fugue state, and you feel inspired. It's a creative mood that gets upon you, and if it's coming from a pure place, it feels quite different from just like, yeah, I got to go for it. I think you can really feel that, and as a yogi, having come into Sahaja Yoga in my 30s and having been an artist all my life professionally before that, you become more discerning. You develop discrimination. So you feel that in the moment, you feel the creative impulse, but you're able to like guide it and respect it and be more caring of how it's expressed. Where before it'd be like enough, like I got to get this stuff done, blamf, and you're putting stuff out. I think it's a more sense of sensitivity and discrimination that happens because all artists do go through a creative kind of inspiration, but it's where you take it from there, from my standpoint.
You're not you're muted.
Yeah. Someone wrote about music give the goosebumps. Hearing the music give the goosebumps. So what does it mean? What does it mean when you feel those goosebumps hearing the music?
I get that a lot, and it's difficult to mentally describe which kind of music gives you goosebumps. You can't, and I think it's useless to even try to think about it. It's just a spontaneous reaction of your subtle system, and ideally, the Kundalini also reacts. Actually, we know that the Kundalini reacts to various kinds of music and spontaneously flows. As it also reacts to other forms of art, like you see a beautiful painting or whatever that is, or a wonderful garden. There are so many ways. But music, for me personally, is one of the most direct things because somehow it skips the mind, which is always a good thing, and somehow reacts directly on the subtle system. And that isn't restricted to classical music, by the way. I enjoy jazz a lot, which, by the way, also is music where improvisation plays an important part. But to try to figure out which pieces of jazz give me goosebumps or give me good energy, like really in the sense of the Kundalini, and which don't, many don't, I only can tell by trying out, but I could never explain why that is so.
Phil, have you?
Like Phil said, in a moment, it's a spontaneous thing, right? Sahaj means spontaneous, means it's within, right? So it's in the moment, you can't control that. It's not something, it just is, boom, you feel happy, you got goosebumps. It's not controlled. Spontaneous.
Phil, have you ever felt that? Like bumps?
Well, as a musician and as a performer as well. But I think Roland really put his finger upon it, that when art really works, it bypasses the brain and goes directly into the central nervous system or into the subtle system. I mean, the reason people go to raves and listen to loud music is because it excites the body, it stimulates your blood flow and things like that. but subtle music does go to a more subtle core where you're perceiving things at a much more subtle level rather than just the gross physical of whether it makes you, going bump or something like that. But I think that idea of it going past the cognitive and going directly into your higher sensitivity, it really, you really put your finger on it.
Do you know these Japanese Zen gardens? There was a speech where Shri Mataji talked actually about when people start to interpret and say, I see an elephant, I see a turtle, but missing the point of what it was. And Shri Mataji talks about this, that actually the Zen garden was just to make you thoughtless. And it's so funny how we human beings, especially in the West, always need to, oh my God, when I studied music, it was all about that interpretation, analysis, mental projection, trying to be even more intelligent, even more clever. And it was so away from just enjoying it. It's just music. It's just so you get goosebumps, right? That was a good point. Same with the Zen gardens. There's nothing, the thing is meant to make you thoughtless. So also with paintings, we don't need to start analyzing this, that. Just enjoy, look at the paintings. Some paintings can make you thoughtless, right?
Yeah, today's topic is Swadhishthana Chakra, it's creativity. That's why we are talking about music. So the people like me, I'm not musician or anything, but the flow state, I heard of it and I read about it. I think doing anything like cooking or doing some work, office work. So sometime if it is interesting, you get into that state, the flow state. You're enjoying what you're doing. You're not producing any music or any instrument, but yeah, you're enjoying that. So that also happens, right? Have you ever felt that?
Oh, it's true. Cooking is like an art. It's true. It can go thoughtless and just the flow completely.
Even doing something in a garden, or you're just walking and you're just looking at the trees and surroundings, and then you felt that like going into the meditative state, just looking at the trees.
When I cook, I just keep adding spices until my spirit ancestors tell me to stop.
That's a nice way to make a delicious food full of spices. Clear the hot liver, the spices. Okay. All right. We don't have any more questions. So thank you for joining. It was lovely meditation and lovely music. Thank you for joining.
It's
Thank you
lovely
so
seeing you all. Have a good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you, everyone. And now it's time to conclude our session. Thank you for joining, and see you in next session on January 8th. Thank you.
Mm.